Welcome back once again to the WCS America Season 1 Finals. Revival leading 2-1 over Alive in our second semifinal of the day. The winner goes on to play against Hero. And, well, everybody involved right now will be heading over to Korea.
I must say, Revival looks quite calm, man. He doesn't really have that much experience on an international stage. Of course, he's been around for a long time. He has won an insane amount of online tournaments. But it has happened only once, or yeah, I really think that IEM playoffs back then was the closest that he ever got to making a very deep run in the international tournament. He attended one MLG where he finished, I believe, top 12 or something along those lines. But this is huge for him. But during all that, he still looks quite calm. If anything, I think Alive looks way more nervous than Revival.
Maybe the fact that he's playing against his teammate has something to do with that confidence. I'm sure these guys have practiced together. There's no telling what their record might be in practice, but Revival doesn't seem to be sweating the situation at all.
It's just like it's just another best of 5.
And indeed it is. We move on to Star Station. We're spawning the top right-hand corner of the map. The Red Terran player down 1-2. Evil Genius's Alive raid call. And his opponent in the bottom left, the guy we were just talking about, all calm, cool, and collected, leading 2-1. EG's Revival. And what a great tournament for EG this has been.
Certainly.
2 out of the top 3 guaranteed.
Sappy had a pretty good run as well, got very close. Unfortunately, got knocked out by his teammate Revival. Revival, once more for the people who just tuned in, has only played Zerg versus Zerg so far in this tournament. He started off with a ZVZ against Ghosty User. He lost that one, then he went on to beat Idra and Ghosty User again. Then in the second round he did the same thing where he lost his first series against Sappy. Then managed to defeat Scarlet and then Sappy once more. And of course yesterday we did see him defeat Snoot.
Is Sappy the highest placing American or North American?
Well, he finished...
I'm not sure what matches took place between the other North Americans that got knocked out.
He finished...
or if any did take place.
Third in his group, which I guess not many did, because he was already one of the only 2 North Americans who made it to the second group stage.
Well,
and Scarlet was also in that group, so the only 2 North Americans were in that group. So yeah, he did finish higher than Scarlet.
So Sappy, best North American, officially.
No. Hero or Revival or Alive is going to be the best North American, man. You're dropping the bomb over here. We're going to see Alive drop the command center on the low ground. That's something he doesn't do very often. Most of the times when Alive goes CC first, he likes to do it on the high ground. Likes to play it safe, but he's not worried about Revival's early pull.
Maybe feels like Revival's been showing us a tendency to play extremely safe economic styles here thus far. And of course that would be true. We've seen Hatch first every game.
Yep. But then in the early game we've seen a lot of aggression from him on different moments as well. And in the last game, of course, it was more Alive dictating the pace of the game, at least early on. But after that, Revival fought his way back into it real nicely. I'm very curious to see. I would love to see just a very normal Marine Marauder game from Alive with lots of Widow Mines, because that's where he really excels. And I must say once more, I do have to compliment Revival on the way that he denied that 4th base of Alive in the previous game, because that is really what ultimately killed Alive.
You're right. Alive kind of ran out of steam, wasn't able to produce that big swell of Terran units that is so hard to deal with. Very impressive play from Revival, able to deal with the main army at the top half of the map and then deal with the 4th base at the bottom half of the map.
Overlord from Revival is about to scout the fact that this is indeed a command center first opening from Alive on the low ground. And now Revival is like, oh, you should have 6-spooled you just because you are my teammate. Next time.
Next time, indeed.
Actually, he might end up losing this Overlord. How much damage does the little Marine does, man?
A lot. Man with gun is still the best unit in the game.
I guess the Overlord should be safe.
If he was microing that Marine, it would
there's a second. There's a second Marine about to spawn as well. Revival might end up losing his first Overlord over here.
Oh dear. That
second Marine is gonna get in. 1 shot, 1 kill. Was it the second one? Yeah, it was the second.
Man, the guy that kill steals in MOBA.
That's me. If I was a Marine, I'd be that Marine. I wouldn't show up to work until the very last moment, but when I do a killer job.
The first Marine is so mad right now.
Like, hey man, do you know how much ammunition that was? Haven't you read the news? Ammunition is expensive these days, man.
Second Marine gets the promotion.
Yeah. You know, Red Alert, units used to get promotions. They got way stronger. Like if you had a Mammoth tank with +3, man, that was amazing.
It's awesome. The Less CV Scout making its way around the top half of the map. Zergling spots that immediately.
So far, Revive is just going to drone up. I'm curious to see how many queens he is, because most of the time, when he wants to go into a big macro game, he goes 5 queens. So far, it's only 3 queens. Wow, that's very quick. 3 bases actually from Revival. Well, 6 minutes, not super quick, but still pretty quick. And it's going to be fine, because Alive is dropping an additional command center in his main base as well. So shouldn't have that much issues keeping it alive. Might take some damage from the Hellions, but no big deal.
So big macro style from both these guys here on Star Station. Want to take it to the late game.
So we might get what we wish for, Ben. Alive might be able to get into that phase of the game where he feels oh so comfortable and where he can really excel as a player. And Revival is going to show us perhaps that Link Roach Bane style. And try to deal with the aggression of Alive later on.
You know, those Link Roach Bane styles, really good in the mid game.
Yep.
I feel like it just runs out of steam so hard later on because there's just nothing in the army to deal with the medevacs.
Revival's not one of those guys either that really rushes to infest the Broodlord. Like, he doesn't get it very quick. In the last game as well, of course, in the last game he had a very weird opening where the timings were already a little bit off because he lost his natural hatchery. But even in a game like this, he's most likely not just going to try to get there as quick as possible. He really likes to force his fights when Roach Link Bane is strong. That's of course around, let's say, between 120 and 145 supply.
Yeah.
If bio armies grow bigger than that, it's going to be hard to get good engagements anymore.
First, Hellions are out on the map, scouting around, looking for anything that might tell Alive what his opponent is up to. We've still got a small swell of, actually not a small swell, a large swell of Zerglings here. 18 more on the production tab. Once more, we will see some Baneling action.
Yeah, it's Banelings only though. No Roachwine this time. He's producing 22 additional Lings.
And he's done a great job of hiding these Lings, man.
There are a lot of Hellions on the map, but they are all on the wrong side. Even though these Hellions might be able to deal a lot of damage too, though, Ben. Because most of the Lings are, of course, on the other side of the map. But that's something that Alive doesn't know, so he's going to have to be way more careful with these Hellions.
You know, I think he's got enough Zerglings to defend. He's definitely got enough units as well to do damage aggressively.
That's a nice little pick off, that Queen.
Actually, these Lings are just going to turn around and hightail to the other side of the map. Alive has no idea this is coming. Absolutely clueless to what's developing outside of his wall. Those Hellions are not on their way back. Lings are going to check. They're going to see, hey, guess what? I'm coming in.
Does he have enough Banelings to blow up the main ramp as well? He should,
Sure
though, because there are only a couple of supply depots.
Boom. One bunker does go down. Second bunker going to go down as well. Banelings making their way up into the main base.
Hellions are
SCV's
here.
on fire, too. Some cute Baneling splitting as well. They're trying to hunt down as many of those workers as he can. Now he's into the middle line in the main base, and Alive's taking a lot of damage. Kevin, oh my goodness, this could be it.
A lot of Lings still remaining. Here are the Hellions, though. Those Hellions might be able to secure the main base, but Alive is taking so much economical damage already. He does have a siege tank.
A friendly fire doing a lot of damage to those SCVs, believe it or not. Finally, the main base is going to get cleaned up, but massive, massive losses.
Look at the minimap. So many Zerglings streaming in for Revival. He's not done yet.
25 SCVs already dead. 21 SCVs remaining.
He needs a wall off, man. He doesn't have a wall off. This tank might just get swarmed by Zerglings real soon.
There's nothing down there to kill, Revival. You've done enough damage. I think it's time to drone up. That's exactly what he's doing. 6 drones on the way.
55 drones right now against only 21 SCVs. It is triple orbital. Cass would say he's ahead.
Cass would be ahead. Cass would win from this position. So Alive has got to stabilize. He's got to stop the bleeding, it seems. And well, if we look at the state of things, like you said, 25, 24. Well, now 27 SCVs remaining, 60 drones out already, a few more Lings being built just as a safety buffer against those Hellions that we know are out on the map.
I think a couple of additional Hellions right now would actually be quite okay, because it would force Revival to make more and more Lings.
I think we're probably going to see Revival just go right into Mutalisks once again.
And he has a good economy to go for it. He's mining from, well, 6 extractors real soon, as the extractors are not up yet in the 3rd base. But he will get access to that 5th and 6th gas real soon.
It's going to be extremely difficult to deal with any kind of mutaplay, I feel. We see no bio upgrades. I don't even know if there are engineering bays down just yet. Combat shield's only now starting.
He might have. Yeah, he has 2 E-bays down. Just didn't really upgrade yet. Actually, he has 1-1 already, Ben. He just doesn't have an army.
Wow.
So that's something to work with.
Okay, well, that'll give him some fighting strength at least.
We have Viking out on the map as well, once more scaring away those overlords. We have 6 more drones in production. That's going to bring Revival up to 70 drones, but after that he's really going to have to start producing some units. I think we're going to have a drop in the natural, and then perhaps these Hellions swinging in the 3rd base. But that's going to be quite tough. Oh, look at those Banelings.
Dropping the natural, doing some pretty good damage. There's finally a few units showing up to deal with it. Good position on the Marines. Queen trying to chip away at that medevac, but not going to be able to bring it down. In the meantime, Hellions are approaching that 3rd base, and there are a couple of Banelings there. Good job by Alive. Micro and those Hellions not allowing them to take any unnecessary damage.
Of course, the Queens are going to be a little bit harder to pick up. Meanwhile, that Viking is having the time of his life, just picking up overlords left and right.
Tom Cruise is back once again, as much as it pains me to say so. Spire on the way.
Tom Cruise has never gone away, man. How many Oscars do you think Tom Cruise has won?
I know exactly how many.
How many?
0.
Really?
Because he's terrible.
That saddens me. He was so good in Top Gun, though. Should have totally got an Oscar for that. And a Grammy.
I don't understand your fanboyism for Tom Cruise.
Spire, the Spire is more than halfway done. Slowly but steady, Alive is building up a reasonable economy, though. There are a lot of Zerglings on the right side of the map. These Hellions are about to find these Zerglings on the right side of the map. It's close. But he keeps all the Hellions alive. Man, it would have been very hard for Alive if he lost all those Hellions. Supply-wise, this is very close, man.
Yeah.
Of course, Revival is saving money for a lot of Mutalisks. But still, it is not over yet. Alive still has a chance to make it to the final of WCS America Season 1.
I love the burrowed Zergling on the left side of the map. It's going to spot this army, allowing Revival to, well, if not for the burrowed Zergling, the Queen would have seen it. But he knows. He knows to be in position for this. He knows that he needs to prepare for. Mutas are on the way.
These Marines are... Unfortunately, there's still no armor. He's not working on 2-2 yet. He's going to try to force a mini fight right now. He's also going to drop in the main base, as we can see. Slowly but steady, some Zerglings and Banelings have been picked up. It's 78 army supply for Alive right now against only 60 for Revival, Ben.
Yeah, and that's a really awkward position for those... What's going on here?
Just chilling, guys.
Third base is under fire from Hellions and Marines. Mutiling Bane should be able to deal with that pretty easily, but the main base has taken some pretty substantial damage. Those Marines were very well positioned, and they cleaned up a lot of Zerglings before ultimately being dealt with.
These Marines over here on third base still slowly but steady poking forward.
We still have some peaceful Banelings over here at the third base of Alive. Finally, they're going to be, hey, nothing to see here.
Misunderstood Banelings. This tank will get swarmed by these remaining links. He's going to try to pick up a couple of these units, and with the Infernal Pre-Igniter up, well, I won't say upgrade, but hey, it's good to be Terran, it's not even an upgrade. He will not enough Mutalisks right now to actually engage this. I believe only 4 Mutalisks on the map. There are 4 more in production, though.
Banelings hate mules, or do they? Yes, they do.
Oh, Marines! Whoa.
That's the strangest little Baneling party I've ever seen. A lot of Mutalisks dying here. Good focus fire by Alive, taking out a lot of Mutas.
Alive's being very cost effective in this game, Ben. Army supply is still completely even, but he already picked off basically 6-8 Mutalisks, and that's pretty expensive. That's something that Revival was saving for a little while. Alive will finally be able to mine from 3 bases. Meanwhile, Revival secured his fort during all this. I must say that's pretty well done, because there was plenty of action out on them.
And he has gotten his economy into a position that's very respectable. It's 52 SCVs is good enough for a 3-base Terran, certainly when you factor in all those mules. So, Alive working his way back into this. Revival's going to have to be very careful not to take bad fights. He's going to have to continue to try and be as cost-effective as he can be.
We have 57 Zerglings out on the map, 9 Banelings, but 23 additional Banelings are morphing. Kind of getting the feeling that he might want to hit some sort of timing, even though it's not really timing anymore. 2-2 upgrades did finish for Revival. That's of course not a good sign for Alive. He's still working on his 2-2. It's only halfway done. Man, some good old 2-2 Link Bane bust.
Medevac drop making his way into the back of the natural of our Zerg player. Going to unload. Can probably kill
actually pulling away all the units from Revival that were already on the other side of the map. This is actually a very, very good drop here for Alive.
That's nicely done. Buys him some breathing room and keeps Zerg out of his face for a little while longer, and even keeping that drop alive, at least for the time being. Mutas look like they will hunt it down, though.
Still though, Ben, we only have 3 siege tanks right now on the map, and that Medevac indeed will fall. Hive tech is on the way, so if Revival was planning a massive boss, he definitely has a follow-up plan as well. Once more, he's not the type of Zerg that really likes to rush to infest the Ultra list. He likes to make stuff happen with Links and Banes. Often Roaches as well, but this was not a Roach game.
I still like Revival's position a lot. Obviously, he's done a great job of continuing to capitalize on him. Oh, but a little careless with his Mutas, flying into some Marines, not really killing much.
He's going to spot that Medevac, though, on the right side of the map. That's kind of...
He's going to spot it, and like the Banelings before, be very polite about it and say, no, you go on about your business.
A lot of Banelings. Oh my god, look at this bit of mine. Ooh, does he know about it? He's going to burrow the Banelings outside instead. We have a couple of Banelings instead rolling in the mineral line, but Alive is paying attention to the minimap. We'll lose a handful of SCVs, but no more than that.
Mutas, meanwhile, chasing that drop in the bottom half of the map, will once again be shredded. So Revival continues to be a bit careless with his Mutas, and once more has to make 12 of them. That's a lot of gas. It's not going to go to things like that Hive Tech Ultra that he probably wants to. Ooh, hello, Banelings. 14 more Banelings on the way.
Still have an insane amount of links out on the map, 83 to be precise. There are a couple of burrowed banelings, but alive scans on the north side of the map. He's going to be able to pick those off. There are a few more right outside of his scan range though, but now at least he knows that it's something he has to worry about.
Yep. Excellent play here. Just staying aware of exactly all the threats he has to deal with. Muta's cleaning up one more drop in the third base, as both these guys are not willing to commit to any big fights just yet. 22 more Zerglings. Still no Hive tech down, but +3 melee is on the
Hive
way.
is down.
No, yeah, but no tech.
Oh, okay.
No, like.
That's true.
He's
starting his 3-3 upgrades right now. The tanks are completely unsieged over here though. He's not really ready yet for this fight.
Banelings hate siege tanks, and they also hate Marines. Okay fight there for Revival, but there's a lot of Marines left over. Revival's got to be careful. Huge bank. What's he going to reload with? 18 Zerglings, 21 Banelings. Has he not been injecting? What's going on? He's got no larva left. So it's a pure Zergling remax.
There are still a lot of Zerglings and Banelings now as well, morphing in the right bottom side of the map. I'm not sure if Alive kept track on his army. He's kind of going to get sandwiched. He does have a Widow Mine.
Where is that Widow Mine? What's it going to do? It looks like nothing of substance, as Banelings will crash into everything. A great connection for Revival, who is winning a very important fight.
Good Widow Mine. Meanwhile, the Baneling still clean up the rest.
Good Widow Mine, lonely Baneling.
Baneling is like, alright, I'm gonna burrow too. That seemed really effective when the Widow Mine did it. The biggest problem for Alive though, Ben, is that he never built a 4th command center. So once more, the same problem as Neoplanet has, he's just never gonna go up to 4 bases unless he floats off the orbital from his main, which means he's gonna be mining off 2 bases for a little while Revival perhaps had enough of this. That is a lot of Banelings.
A lot of Banelings, Widow Mines everywhere, but they're not gonna get much done here as the SCVs backed into a corner. Oh no! It's a massacre. Every SCV is going to fall. The command center also very exposed. The Mutas could potentially take that out. Zergling's going to run into a few Marines and a few Widow Mines, but there's just not enough Terran. Command center down below half health. Finally, Revival's going to get pushed back.
There are enough Marines right now. No more Banelings, but the Revival once more dealing an insane amount of economic damage. And just Alive has never really been on even foot in this game. Ever since that early Baneling bust with all those links, he has been fighting an uphill battle. And every single time when it looks like he's about to stabilize, Revival does a lot of economic damage.
Yeah, Revival's just
nice
a man on fire, it seems. Medevac getting picked off in the bottom half of the map, as Kev just pointed out. And I hear machine guns, but I don't know what they're shooting at. Oh, it's these Zerglings! Watch out, Marines! Again, the SCVs are going to be trapped and destroyed. More Zergling Baneling connecting with the Marines. Widow Mine's trying to help out, but doing a lot of friendly fire as well. Burrowed Baneling. Burrowed Baneling! Burrowed Baneling!
Not used, but doesn't really matter, man. It's only 96 supply right now for Alive against 172 for Revival, who looks like he is going to be a player who's going to make to the WCS Murica Grand Finals. And he's going to go up against Hero.
Very nicely done by Revival. He's going to end up taking out his teammate. GG gets called. Revival versus Hero. Liquid versus Evil Geniuses, an all-Korean WCS America final.
And the first time that Revival is going to make it to an overall final of a big international tournament.
That's exciting. That is so exciting for Revival. Wow, a lot on the line here. I wonder if the nerves are starting to ramp up. We know that Hero's a very nervous, emotional player, but he always performs under pressure. Can the same be said for him?
We had just, this was the boss that started it all early game, and there was, well, there were so many Banelings that he was able to blow up those additional depots as well, and he just did so much damage that Alive was never really able to stabilize.
He almost blew up the starport, man. So many Banelings really committed to this attack.
That would have actually been pretty good. It slows down the medevac production.
It would have.
If you kill the reactor as well.
But all that economical damage is ultimately what led Revival to take this game.
Those connections were big.
Yeah, such brutal economic damage being dealt there. Great play from Revival.
Yeah, it's fun to see him in the final, man. That's really good, and I'm so curious to see how he's going to hold his ground against Heroes, as you mentioned before, Ben, someone who has so much experience. How many big finals has Hero played? I mean, he was in the final of 2 NESLs, of 2
DreamHacks?
3 DreamHacks even. No? Or 2 DreamHacks. Did he ever lose a DreamHack final? No,
well, he's won at least 2.
Yeah, he won 2 DreamHack winters.
He might have lost one, but I don't think that he has.
Hero knows what it is to play in a final. Hero knows what it is to win a final.
Hero's like Michael Jordan, undefeated in the finals.
No, he lost a few finals.
What final has he lost?
He lost an NESL final.
Never mind. My analogy sucks.
Yes, but
that's okay. Nobody can be like Jordan, not even LeBron.
Hey. Well, I don't know. Let's not talk about basketball. I'm a little bit sad. But here we do watch Revive. This was actually it for us, Ben. That's
right.
Much more
We're heading down to Legends Bar and Grill for the grand final. We'll be on the floor there, guys. Please come out and join us. for some drinks and some great games of StarCraft.
Certainly, because everyone knows that I'm going to buy the first round, apparently.
That's right. The Axe brothers are going to bring us home. It's going to be Hero versus Revival, an excellent Protoss versus Zerg grand final to close out.
Predictions, man. I want to hear some
America
predictions.
Season 1. My prediction now is the same as it was at the beginning of this thing. Hero takes it the whole way, but I'm hoping for some great games.
Yeah, Hero has been on fire whenever we cast him, man. We casted him at the DreamHack Winter in 2012. He managed to win that one. Of course, a week later, we casted him at the NHL Season 4 finals. Heroes was able to win that one too. Ever since then, we didn't cast Hero. Ever since then, Hero didn't win a tournament. I think after this, Liquid is just going to hire us as personal casters.
I think that's what it's going to have to be.
They're gonna, like,
sorry,
love
guys,
it.
if you want our players playing your tournament, you got to get better than
Even if they don't cast, make them do interviews, make them stand outside. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
just
right.
get them there.
And we're fine with that.
We love Hero.
We do. We will be the Hero fan club. We'll just follow them around like groupies.
Yeah.
So, all right. We're going to send it off. Axel Toss and Axelav will be bringing you guys the grand final. We'll see you from Legends Barcraft. Don't go anywhere, guys. WCS Season 1 Finals concludes
America!
when we get back.